True News and Reviews, we back.
Back
No,
again, 1,000 subs deep. We appreciate it. Go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe once again. Keep it going. We got to talk about 100K track confronting Trap Lord Ross about the King Von documentary. He talks about YNW Melly, and he talks a little bit about his come up as well. And this is actually a good person to talk to about, the recent King Von serial killer documentary, because this was King Von's manager. He was there. He gives graphic details about the night that King Von got shot to death. And I don't know if you know, he's from Broward County, Florida. He's the founder of the Sniper Gang Apparel. He was once an artist, started at 16, and he's managed Jack Boy, 30 Deep Grimy, and YNW Melly, just to name a few. So he has a lot to say on the issue. And Trap Lord Ross even asked this guy straight up, like, does he believe if King Von killed anybody or not? So I don't think anybody thinks that he's gonna go ahead and snitch, but let's see what he.
You don't necessarily believe that Von did all of those things or that those
Mhm,
things aren't proven. I guess just
mhm,
something I feel like I got to ask you off the bat, and I'm not trying to catch you out, but
mhm.
do you believe that Von killed anyone, or do you believe that some of the stories about him are true, or do you believe it's all false? Just so we can kind of get as a starting point, like what your position is on
Right.
the stuff you got up
I
to.
mean, the thing is, right, when you says when you said you believe, I mean, shit, I believe in a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? And some for good, some for bad, and that's just not what just Vaughn is with other individuals as well. But when you ask me, do I feel like he killed somebody, I could only go based on an answer that's in reality no, because he haven't been convicted for anything. And yeah, I know you've seen my episode with academics, and that was one of my strong points. Is like I, I I'm okay with everybody being expressive, and I'm okay with with fans and supporters and anybody having their own what I'm saying thought of what they thought or what they think he is or was. But in reality, Bond has never been convicted of no murder, no charges. So no, he haven't killed anybody. So I only could go based on what present. You know what I'm saying? I can't stretch my imagination to be like, yeah, I think he killed somebody. Yeah, I think he got 10 bodies. Yeah, I think he don't. Because in reality, he went to court, went to trial for these things, and he was found not guilty. So no, me personally,
I think that was a good answer. The people in the chat asked him if he thinks OJ is innocent, being that OJ, never got found guilty. He say he thinks OJ is innocent too. Seems like a
yeah,
smart answer.
yeah.
Let me ask you this: when does it cross a line from Vaughn being a killer from if he's a killer and a guy who's protecting his life, right? Because he's in a bad situation, he got beef, he's from a town where people are shooting all the time. Is it a difference between somebody who's doing that, or is he a serial killer? Because he's killing people and taking pleasure in it, rapping about it. Like, how would you view King Von? Is this just a guy that was protecting himself, just off your opinion?
I view King Von as a rapper, and
Yeah.
we know, we know with rappers, images have to be, put out there. So some of them live the images, some of them not. So I feel that he could have been selling a image to his fans. He blew up pretty fast, so in real life he probably could have been a different type of person, but whatever he was selling, could be something he was selling.
It could be marketing. It could be marketing. I get that. I'm sensitive to that point of view. Do you think that 100K track had some responsibility as a manager to maybe tell King Von to not be doing what he was doing because he was implicated in murders that he was tweeting about? Even if we don't believe he did it, the police connected to him to a murder, right? He was tweeting about, going after these people. Do you think 100K Track maybe had a responsibility to tell him like maybe you shouldn't be rapping about this stuff in songs and tweeting about it and like marketing it the way that he used it?
No, man, I think when you selling the product and you selling the image that somebody would like, it's like, some things you could sell that's legal and some things you could sell that's not illegal. So I guess I don't think what Vaughn was doing was illegal, you know what I mean? But if he was doing it in real life, like who knows? Like he's just playing his position. So he's not the one to, change somebody's art. He's like, yo, you giving them this, you feel good about it, you paying me. I mean, who am I to tell you how to handle your business? You know what I'm saying?
That was kind of like his sentiment too. And I think it's a valid thing to wonder about though. Like it's a valid question to ask because it's not like it's just King Von we're talking about. He actually managed YNW Melly too, a guy who
Here's one thing you need to do
he had
before
the
buying
song talking
anything
about
online. Don't spend enough.
murder on my mind.
Yeah.
And he's suspected of killing his two best friends, and they're saying that there's some lyrics about that too. And there's also he managed Muwa. That guy is a suspect in the FBG Duck murder. So these are guys that's rapping about crimes that they were implicated in real life. So if you see that this is working for them, it's making their numbers go up, and you see people going down the same route, and you the manager, it's like it becomes a question as whether is this ethical, or are you just out to get the money, or do you really care about these guys? Because if they're guys that you care about, you'll say, listen, man, this ain't really gonna work out good. I done seen it happen a few times. But we'll see how he answers. It seems like he was saying what you were saying. Like,
I get where you're coming from. So, I understand maybe you don't want to answer anything specifically on the Duck situation, but you did just mention you manage Muwop. And
Yes.
I think that's something that I found interesting because before Muwop went away, his career was starting to come up and he was releasing a lot of music. And I really liked, I liked a lot of the songs that Muwop released when he was out here. And, there's that song Track Still with, it's Muwop, is it Boss Top too, right?
Boss Stop and DQ from
DQ. And, that's a hard track. And
appreciate it.
I had that on heavy rotation when that came out.
Right. That was my first single back with music after 5 years. So I'm pretty excited about that, right?
Yeah, man. That made a big splash. I guess the thing I wanted to ask maybe more on the Muwop front is it's sort of like, what's the motivation when it comes to working with a guy like Muwop? I guess there's a personal relationship there when it comes to Von, but I think it's the same. It begs the same question I think with Von, where it's kind of like, if you just take a step back and look at the content of Muwop's music, I think he was making good songs and he was clearly had a lot of potential as a rapper, but he had that same thing as King Von, where you kind of felt like, he's maybe talking a little too reckless on some of these songs, and that's kind of how I felt when I heard some of those songs. So, when you started working with Muwop, was there ever a sense of sort of feeling like, maybe this guy's music's too raw or too real, or kind of, what was your feeling on that front?
To be real with you, bro, like Muwop was very early in his career as an artist, so he had to learn how to really put words together and lyrics together, and he started to get the hang of it. But I enjoyed working with Muwop. I'm very close to the whole old block, the whole Get Back In party, but just from moving with Vaughn, just having my own personal relationship. So if I could help any of them change their life for the better and keep it changed for the better, then I'm always gonna be, head first with that drive. So, man, free move out, man, and hopefully, God willing, that situation did not occur like how they mentioned, and he gets his freedom. And and if it did occur like that, then he got to, he got to face the consequences. Like anything you do as a man in life, you got to be able to stand on your own too.
you heard that? He said if he did do it, he got to stand on his own too and face the consequences like a man. If he did do it. But he said, hope it wasn't like how they're describing. And when he says that these guys was part of Get Back gang, though, that's the gang that King Von was using to get back at people for past murders and stuff. Allegedly, that's what was on the documentary. So
for whatever decision you make. But you know what I'm saying? I would hate, I would hate to see it happen like that because there's so much potential to move out from just the same charismatic energy, the same charming look and vibe that he gives out to the public, and the realness of the of the streets that's in him, just from his environment. Muwap is a dope artist, a dope person, man, a real cool guy, somebody I consider a friend and a brother. So you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping the best for it, but
Meet Grammarly Go. Your go.
yeah, he's gonna go on. He's gonna dodge the question for a while, and then he's gonna go on to say that yeah, it's not his responsibility.
a thin line when it comes to my clients and my artists as well,
Okay.
because it's like I have to do my job as an executive, as a record label, as a manager to ensure your success. That's how I eat. That's how I feed my family, my kids. That's how you feed your family and kids. So regardless of what content you give me, I'm gonna do my best to package it, to sell it, to market it, to make it the best it could be. Now, if you come with butterflies and if you come with suicidal thoughts, if you come with murderous conversations, I'm. It's a thin line for me before I jump in and say, "Hey, bro, you sure you want to talk about that?" Because if you are man enough and everybody's over 18, and if you are man enough to put that on a record and you putting that energy out, then it's not my job to fix your corrections. It's my job to make sure it gets the best potential marketing and and put it out the best way and make sure it's received in a way where it's business and it's professional. So
I respect that. So I see both sides of it. So
Okay.
So he also goes into graphic details about the night King Von died. It's the hour. The interview is about an hour and 26 minutes long. Go to the Trap More Ross channel and check that out. He ends it saying that he respects Trap Lord Ross